Join Joe, John, and Jim as they discuss the biggest stories in the world of sports.
You put them all together, it makes a nice package, right?
Get ready
for passionate and intelligent conversation about the biggest issues and personalities in sports.
It's unscripted.
Somehow got mono. God knows who he was making out with.
Some people call him dirty. I like to call him creative.
It's unfiltered.
I'm going to need another beer soon.
And I said, well, hold, you're making my point, right?
My thoughts are I'm going to call my therapist after the show is what I'm going to do.
All right, welcome back again to the Bean Apple, the Giants Bengals Week 12 preview show. John and Jim back for the third segment of the previews. So we're still going strong, thanks to you guys. So please, if you're just joining us for the Giants segment, subscribe, hit that bell, set it to all, get all of our notifications. Make sure that you're tracking when we're on and being interactive, getting your comments, your thoughts in, heckling as appropriate, unless it's against the Jets, because we don't need any more of that shit. But otherwise, love having you guys on. Love hearing what you guys have to think and have to say. So let's get the show going. So, Jim, this is your hour or 30 minutes, whatever we end up with. But it's the Jim hour.
7 minutes.
So
your timer has begun.
Giants, got a lot to talk about here.
Let's talk about it.
So Giants 3-7 going against the 2-7-1 Cincy Bengals, right? So, with Burrow, I mean, it's easy to say, oh yeah, we got lucky. I really wanted to play Burrow. I mean, to me, that's how you can rank yourself and see where you're really at. I really wanted to play against Burrow. I mean, we talked about it for weeks that it was coming up. And I hated seeing the kid get hurt the way he did and be out for the season or maybe more. Just hate to see that. But, looking at the game, I think, again, the Giants have been playing much better, right? They're 3-3 over the last 6, could be 6-0 over the last 6, couple of really close games. Hey, they lost by 3, they lost by 2, they lost by 1. I mean, they were right in it. It could have been the last 6 games in a row, but we won the last 2. I think the Giants, you look at the Bengals, right? So, yes, I do think the Giants are going to win Sunday. Mixon's out. Burrow's out. Bernard's questionable with a concussion. I think he's going to be cleared to play, but, I mean, they are banged up on the offense. I mean, so Brandon Allen's starting, right, for the Bengals. So he's got, 46% completion, 3 TDs, 2 INTs in a very small – I think he started 3 or 4 games, hardly anything. I think he has 1 win, but I don't think I think it was a shared game. And then you look at the Giants. I mean, the Giants are getting some defensive guys back. Xavier McKinney comes back off IR for safety at a broken foot, right? He was a starter, a second round pick for us out of Alabama, so he's back. And Tay Crowder had a hamstring. He was out for a while. He picked up that fumble recovery against Washington and scored, and Judge got on him a little bit because he should have picked it up on the first bounce, but he didn't get low enough. And even though he got the ball and ran it in, Judge still gave it to him a little bit. So he comes back, and then O'Shame, this is a tough name, Zimenez, outside linebacker. He comes back too. So we're getting healthier. The Giants have been, knock on wood, they've been a healthy team. We get some defensive guys back to help us here. And at the same time, since he's going the other way, I don't see any way that the Giants don't continue the role they're on. I know we got a new offensive line coach this week. There was a separation with the old coach, and we got a new guy in here now. So hopefully he's looking to just kind of keep things status quo.
Separation.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a separation. I think the separation was between Judge and him when they got into it on the sideline, but
it was somebody's face bouncing off of a fist.
That might be what it was.
Separation.
Yep. So Giants finished number 2 to Washington in the division this year. I'll disagree with that statement. So I think after tomorrow, Giants and Washington are tied. And Giants have the tiebreaker because they beat them twice already this year. So, no, I think absolutely. The Giants are playing better football. The Giants are more of a complete team. They're gelling together. They have good coaching. Giants win. So come on, tell me how that's not going to happen. Let me hear it.
So
Who wants to go first?
I will. So something I want to say: if Joe Burrow was playing, I'd be picking Cincy this week. Just letting you know that I would.
Okay, that's fine.
Now the fact that Brandon Allen's starting over Ryan Finley, I'm a little confused at that. So Finley's been the backup all year, and now you're bringing a guy up from the practice squad to start. That tells me that they don't want to lose Ryan Finley the same way they lost Joe Burrow. So they're kind of throwing Brandon Allen out there to the wolves, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or does he just have a better arm and or maybe better scramble? I don't know enough about each other. I'm hoping somebody chimes in. That's a Bengals fan that I'm very close to, but
because there's only one in
there's only one in the world. There's only one in the world. But that one kind of confused me. Why is Finley not starting? Maybe it's because of the O-line. Maybe because of no running game. I really like you, Jim. I wanted to see Burrow play this week. I mean, the way he's come along, my son-in-law is so pissed off about this because he feels they set him up, and to a point I do too. Throwing 60 times a game, no offensive line. Mixon's been shelved for most of the year because he hails from the Little 12 conference. But it's just sad to see. And now we're going to see a practice squad guy come up. I want to say he went to Arkansas. I want to say I did a little bit of reading on him. 6th-round pick from Jacksonville, I want to say. And now you're on Cincy's practice squad. To me, there's no way Cincy wins this. And honestly, hopefully they don't. Hopefully they get like a number. God, what's their record right now? I don't even know their record.
Cincy?
Were they
2-7-1?
Yeah.
So what I'm hoping for my son-in-law is that they get a high enough pick where they go after that lineman from Oregon. That can't miss prospect, to be quite honest. They got the quarterback. Hopefully Burrow comes back. They got tons of weapons. AJ Green will be gone with that money. Maybe Mixon can stay on the field, or they go after another running back. I don't know, but since he's on the up and coming, they truly are. I like giving my son-in-law a lot of shit, but there's no way. I won't say no way, but it's highly improbable that Cincinnati wins this week.
Yeah, and even the up-and-coming part, like what is Joe Burrow going to be after this? I mean, torn ACL, torn MCL, other internal damage to his knee. Like if you remember back to that playoff game for Cincinnati, which was that's hard to even remember back that far in my life, but against Pittsburgh when they knocked him out of that playoff game, almost the same thing. I think they broke his leg, but I mean, he was never the same quarterback after that. I mean, Joe Burrow's much younger. He'll recover a little bit better, I think, but still it's hard to say what exactly is going to come from this injury. And if he's going to be able to be the same player he was, I hope for his sake he is, because he's an exciting young player, and you don't want to see somebody play, 10 games in their NFL career and be done, be shelved from the NFL for that, especially with that much talent. But
and that's happened, and you don't want to see it. And I wonder, did they even say when? They didn't do any surgeries yet, right? They got to wait for swelling to go down and all of that. So it's who knows when that even happens, and then you got to start the recovery from there. I mean, even you think about starting the season next year. Is he ready for that? Probably not.
Maybe not. Yeah.
This late, he's not looking to have. He probably won't have surgery for another 2-3 weeks, I would think. By the time all the swelling goes down to where he can, then you're having surgery in December on an MCL, ACL, and in other structural issues.
What else is wrong in there, right?
And you've got to bounce back in 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to do.
Yeah. Very risky.
Right. So you're looking at potentially losing him for next year as well, or a good chunk of next year.
Yeah, a good chunk of it. But if you think about it, the medical, the injuries nowadays, I mean, Alex Smith just came back after being shelved for a couple of years, and he's running around fine. Will he be back at the beginning of next year? Maybe not. Who knows? Maybe he will. and maybe he's one of those freakish athletes where all this stuff is bad, but maybe it's just not as bad for him. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I hope he does come back because he was fun to watch while he was in. I mean, it really was.
Mhm.
So, I mean, maybe halfway through next year. I don't know.
We'll see. I don't know how they win this game. And then they're saying Giovanni Bernard is also questionable in this game.
Right.
If they don't have Mixon and they don't have Bernard, I don't even know who the next running back is.
I'm going to look it up real quick.
I'm not sure
myself.
And I wouldn't pick him up in fantasy.
No.
Because Giovanni Bernard is struggling. I don't know if this guy can't outplay Gio. I don't know who's going.
Sam Perrin or Perrine.
Oh, Samaje Perine.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Huh, I got a name right.
Yeah.
Pa.
No, I don't think it's really that, but
Is
P.
it?
Ryan.
Yeah, it's.
P. Ryan. Yes,
So-
P. Ryan.
Does it have a J in it?
How did you know that? Yes.
Well, one, his little brother is the Jets' P. Ryan, and I just
I
remember
just meant his first name.
Samaje P. Ryan. He played for the Dolphins, and he was supposed to be good, and then he wasn't.
You got
I think
drafted
he was
by
drafted by
Washington.
Somehow Joe can
By
say that
Washington?
name, right?
But he can't say Mike Smith.
That name rolls right off his tongue like it's nothing.
I was practicing all day actually to make sure that I had that name down.
But
'Cause
yeah,
I thought we were gonna
they're
talk about
they're
that.
going to be hurting. That's
No doubt.
going to
No
be a
doubt.
bad game.
Yeah. And then go. So, I mean, right. I don't think there's anything to talk about. I think the Giants, absolutely, they're going to win the game. I don't even know what the points are. It's probably going to be 6 or something, right? What I could look it up.
I mean, at least, yeah.
I mean, they're playing in Cincy. Jets and Giants are both playing at 1:00. So that's odd that they're both going to be on. So I'm sure Jets won't get any ratings there. Everyone's going to be on Fox watching the Giants. But
That's what they want.
The
That's-
three win Giants.
at least
against
they're playoff bound. That's the difference.
What do you mean? The Jets
They're not-
are
Stop
can't,
bragging about that.
the
Stop
Jets
bragging.
are can't miss TV. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Every week you want
They
to see
should
if
block
the
the
streak's
game
going to
out.
come
They should
to
just
an end.
block it out. Block the game out. There's yeah.
I mean,
I wish there were
watch?
fans. I wish there were fans to see how many fans would go to the game when the Jets are 0-14 or whatever it is.
The same amount that's there every week.
Yeah, I guess.
Zero.
Yeah, I guess so.
It would be terrible.
Yep.
But I don't know how. I mean, the Giants should win this one.
Of course. And here's what I don't like. The reason I want to play Burrow is when we play higher caliber teams, we play better, right? We played your Brady Buccaneers right to the end, right? But when we play down to our opponents. I've seen it for years. So I hate when this kind of game comes up and it's a nobody and there's no running back. And it's like, we might as well just play Denver with no quarterback. And it's like, oh my God, it's a struggle. For some reason, it's not going to be a 41-6 game. It's not. They just don't do that. They never do it. And I'd love to see that once. I'd love to see them open up the playbook and just go crazy. Let's score 8 touchdowns today, right? Let's see what happens. But it just never happens. I'd love to see it, but history tells me it's not gonna.
Yeah.
So let's think about this real quick, right? So we're talking Cincy with a potential like number 3 or 4 pick, right? The Giants have one more win. One more win.
No, they have half a win. They have half a win more.
One more.
No, 2 to 3, yeah, and
No, but the Bengals have a tie, so that's half a win.
True. Okay. So they do. So that's you want to play. So they got a half a win.
Half a win more.
It's still just insane that we're talking about one of the teams are going to have a top 5 pick and the other has the potential to go to
host a playoff game. Host
a playoff game. Yeah.
maybe you know what would be great? It would be great if we hosted the playoff game and it's against the Bucs and we knock Brady out. Wouldn't that be great? Oh my God, that would be
awful, but it'd be one hell of a story.
That would be a show right there.
That'd be
Oh my
2020. You better hope they play in 2020 and not 2021.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're knocking the Giants, right? So think about the NFC East, as bad as it is. Who's got the best defense in the NFC East? Whose team are you taking? Eagles?
Washington.
Washington.
Washington's defense over Giants?
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Did you
No
see
way.
Chase Young? Did you guys watch the game?
That guy's amazing.
Oh my
That's
god! Oh my
Yes.
god, that kid.
One guy. Yes, he's
all it takes.
awesome. He's awesome. Okay, that's all
I'm
it
going
takes.
Washington.
Okay. So how about coaching, quarterback?
Second, I'll give you
Come on.
second.
Ron
I'll give you-
Rivera.
You're
Quarterback.
taking Rivera over Judge?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, experience. Yeah. Experience
Okay.
wise. Rivera's at least been in the playoffs. He's been in something like this before. I'm not
So
saying
how about-
Judges are bad, but again, we're still talking about two teams that have only won 3 or 4 games. So it's not
Yeah.
like it's not like they're killing it. You
Mhm.
know,
No, I'm not saying that. I'm
But I
saying
mean-
now we're heading in the right direction.
So I had a feeling you were going to talk like that because I wanted to bring up.
You're getting to know me. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. So I kind of had a feeling we were going to get into this. So how many wins did I say it was going to take for the NFC?
6.
Right? So yeah, you'll beat Cincy now. That's a gimme. Then you got Seattle, Arizona, Cleveland, Baltimore, and the Cowboys. I'm going to give you the Cowboys, and I'll give you Cincy.
And
I mean,
Cleveland.
they still maybe. I mean, I hate to say it, but Cleveland's running game with Kareem Hunt and who am I forgetting here?
Chubb.
Sure.
Yeah, and Nick Chubb. I mean, never mind Baker Mayfield. All he has to do is hand the ball off now. So, I mean, that's going to be hard enough as it is.
Mhm.
So now I look at Washington. Now
And
let's take a look at Washington.
That Browns defense is still pretty
That's
decent.
kind of no joke, too, especially if they have Garrett playing.
Right.
Mhm.
So now we go to Washington. Okay, they got Pittsburgh, San Francisco, maybe. Seattle, no. But then they got Carolina and Philly. They have 3 winnable games right there.
Okay.
3 winnable games,
Mhm.
which they are 4-7. Giants have maybe 3 winnable games, and that's at 6 wins. So that's why I'm kind of gonna agree with Tyler about this.
Mhm.
It's not so much maybe that the Giants are even worse than Washington. I just think New York just has a much tougher road.
So I'll say yes, they do have a tough road. I think we beat both Ohio teams. I think we beat Dallas. Those are 3 wins. That gets us to 6. And then we have Baltimore and Seattle and Arizona. And I think something happens in one of those games. There's a clip of me, I think Joe knows about, where I'm not worried about Baltimore. I think we beat Baltimore. I think that's our 7th win. And if we're both at 7 wins, we have the tiebreaker because we beat Washington twice.
Okay. I mean, you may be right. I don't know. I mean, we beat Baltimore.
Is anybody listening to this, sir? Guys,
Yeah.
come on, say something. I mean,
Look,
this is ridiculous. Thank you.
Come on, everybody knows it's true. They got nothing to say because they know what I'm saying is right. Washington had an easier schedule for sure. Okay.
Of course they do. They finish out much easier than how the Giants have to.
Well, actually, the Dallas Cowboys have a very easy finish.
Well, but they're terrible.
But they're
so
terrible,
they're
yes.
not going to win any of them.
Bengals, Niners, Eagles, Giants.
Actually, I mean, be careful because they may. I mean, could you imagine if it's them and the Giants coming down to the last game of the season, and oh boy, Andy Dalton, he will roast some Giants. He's going to roast some marshmallows on that second.
He won't even be on the field.
He won't. He'll be
He won't
dead
even
by
be on the
then.
field.
Yeah. but
Actually, it would be funny. So the Eagles can play spoiler against Washington that last game of the season,
Yeah.
right? They're
That's-
playing Washington at the end.
And then that's if Philly doesn't win. Hold on. Let's see what Philly
No,
has here.
Philly is
Philly's
not
not
going
doing anything. Come on.
Seahawks, Packers, Cardinals, Saints.
Oh, yeah, they're done. They got
Philly's a
I mean, they got potentially
Eagles,
2 wins left. Yeah, they're done.
But they're not better than Washington.
I'm not saying that they are.
So
They all suck. Look, every
They
team
do.
in that division sucks.
Right. So I want to host the
they're not.
Giants, MetLife, Giant Stadium, home game. Bring the Buccaneers up. That's what I want to say. That's what I want to say for this. If nothing else, just for the show. Just for the show. Have Tom
true.
have to come up here again and try and win. You said,
Yeah.
I mean, if he keeps throwing the ball the way he's throwing, Arians may bench him.
And did you see that? I think they said for the last 16 seasons, there has not been a repeat winner in the NFC East.
Yes,
Right.
it's a revolving door. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. See, Carlos is right there. It always comes down to that final game. It always does. And they always put Giants, Dallas, it's always the divisional game to wrap it up. And it's always right down to there to see who's going to be in the wild card or win the division or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy to think about, but I like the on the Giants page, the 3-win. I can't get over the 3-win Giants in the playoff hunt. I can't get over that.
It's a wonderful thing.
It doesn't make sense.
Is it though? Is it really?
You just got to get in.
Wins.
Just get in, and then all of a sudden you start upsetting people, and then then we'll see what happens.
Oh, I agree, but it's just not.
It's not good for football.
3 wins.
Right. Well, hey, right. What are you gonna
right? Do? And now you're chasing the 4-7 Washington football team.
Right.
So watch out. But here, let's put this into perspective. Washington has a -2 differential. -2. Giants have a -41. Who's a better team? I don't know. You tell me.
It'll turn around as the weeks go by. Don't worry, they'll catch up. What
do we got here?
Where's the dumpster fire?
You're spot on.
We need to frame that. Yeah, so the Giants, they've won 2. Washington's won 2, but Washington scored 241 points as opposed to the Giants 195. Offensively, Washington looks like a much better team. And like I said, they've given up almost the same amount of points. So
it's going to even out as the weeks go by. By the end of the season, they're going to even. The Giants are going to start scoring more. The Washington's going to start scoring less. It's going to catch up. I'm not worried about it.
So you hope.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah,
it's a different year. Just like the baseball season was shortened. So this year we're going to have a team that's under 500 that wins the division and wins the first round of the playoffs still.
And I should I've got the differential.
I love it.
So the Jets are now down to a -153 point differential.
That's pretty good.
And it's going to go up to a -184.
Right. When it's 40-6.
34-0.
It's going to be bad. Anyway, this isn't. I know we're making small talk about it, but this game is going to be. If this isn't an easy win for the Giants, if this isn't one at halftime that you're sitting back, just kicking back, relaxing, something went terribly.
I really want to see them light it up. I would really love to see them
better
score 6 touchdowns minimum. Just light it up. Don't play small. Don't play just go all out and let's see what we can do. Right?
Yeah.
Open up the playbook and score like crazy. So
well, we'll see. They're on and upward. They've won 2 in a row. Daniel Jones is running the ball again.
Yep.
Ever since he started doing that, they've looked better. I want to see what Wayne Gallman can do against this Cincy team. I like the last couple weeks. He's looked really good, explosive. He's pushing the pile. He's going over the pile like we saw, up and over or straight through. But he looks quick. He looks decisive. He looks really nice. So going up against this Bengals team, it's going to be something to see what he can do. And I really just wish they would just say, Foreman, thanks, or Freeman, thank you for your contributions, but you go ahead and just stay on IR. We've got our guy. Let's go with it. We'll give you a call if something bad happens, type of thing. But
no doubt.
That's
Dion Lewis catching a ball out of the backfield too. He caught the 1 touchdown, beautiful pass from Jones, and got all the receivers playing. I'm looking forward to a good game.
Yeah, this is going to be good for the offense. I think this is going to be one of those, let's get back into sync, get everything going, try some stuff out that maybe we've been working on, see if it works. Because you're not scared of Brandon Allen. There's no running backs. You've got Floyd and or Tyler Boyd and AJ Green there, and AJ Green kind of came back to life last week. And T Higgins, yes. So they have good. They've got 3 good receivers, and that's about it. But the only thing is Brandon Allen's the wild card.
Right. And how many reps has he had with that first team? Right.
Well, just in his career.
Right. Exactly.
He's got 48 passing attempts in his entire career. So, but how many times have you seen a guy come out that you had no idea who he was, and he just
Lights
Yeah,
it up.
you know who? You know, Nick Mullins. When the 49ers came here, and we said, "Who's Nick Mullins?" We don't know. And he beat the Giants. I mean, and they had no Bosa, they had no Kittle, they had nobody. Right?
I may take Cincy.
This is what I'm talking about when I said playing down. I've seen this happen when we play down to our opponent, and we think, "Oh, this is going to be a walk in the park," and then all of a sudden, Nick Mullins throws 4 touchdowns. What?
Right. Or what was it last week? Who did Carolina play last week when PJ Walker came in and got his first start and went, just destroyed
really well. Yeah.
I don't remember who they beat the shit out of, but they manhandled. Who was that last week?
I don't know, but I lost that game in my pick'em.
Lost a lot of games last week in pick'em.
I sure did.
Oh, it was bad. Who was it?
Oh, the Lions.
Oh, yeah.
20-0.
20, yeah, destroyed them. I was like, man, I actually picked the Lions defense in a couple DraftKings, thinking like, rookie guy, they should be able to handle him. That dude looked like he'd been playing in the NFL for a couple of years. Yeah, 20-0. PJ Walker, 258 yards and a touchdown. Look good. Dude looked real good. So you never know with these guys that you have no tape on them. You have no idea who they are. And that's a dangerous thing sometimes. Other times they, look like a Jets backup quarterback that comes in and gets, 5 completions in the entire game. So we'll see. But they should be able to win this one. I mean, it shouldn't.
I will say this: if they don't, Cincy will have the same amount of wins as the Giants.
That's a fact.
Actually, no. They'll have a half game.
They'll be ahead of the Giants.
They'll be a half win more.
Right, but wins. I mean, straight wins. They'll be tied with the Giants.
Yeah. And
so, I mean, would Cincy winning really surprise anybody? Come on, Jim.
Yes, of course they would. I mean, so it's 6. I was looking at the points. So they opened up at 4.5. Now it's 6. So they're thinking that the Giants aren't going to win by a touchdown.
What's
really?
Coach Zach Taylor there?
Come on.
I'll tell you, he's going to have that D going. He's going to have that D running. Is what he's going to be doing.
No way. Giants all the way. Giants.
I don't think so either. I wish Burrow enough. I really wish Burrow was playing.
Yeah. We'll see. It might end up being a lot closer, but just a quick update here. Jerry Jeudy wants to be the quarterback for the Broncos this week. So if you've got Jerry Jeudy,
pick him up. Absolute terrible idea.
Lord.
Wow.
A rookie wide receiver is the starting quarterback.
Terrible idea.
Now I have seen it all.
Well, can Elway come down and suit up still?
You'd probably be better off.
I'd watch that game.
Let him suit up. Who cares?
It's like watching Tyson fight Roy Jones Jr. tonight.
Oh my God, that's right. Did you see that? I mean, so when I was in high school, I mean, that looks pretty bad. Then Jones doesn't look like he's in shape. I mean, he tried to flex. It looked like me flexing.
He had like 2 chins going on. It's like, come on.
So who do you got? Who do you guys got in the Jones Tyson fight?
I think Jones is going to dance around the whole fight. Tyson will never be able to hit him, and Jones will live to tell another day. But I'm telling you right now, if Tyson gets a blast in, I've watched his videos. Oh my God, that guy is just a beast still.
Yep. No doubt.
Jones better hope to God that Tyson doesn't land one and just kind of startle him because, I mean, that fight will be done in seconds after that.
That's right.
I don't think he will, though. I've watched enough Roy Jones.
Yeah, he's going to dance.
You can't catch him.
No, that's how we won all the time.
Yeah.
Right. All he's going to do is pepper jabs and try and keep him at an arm's length. God forbid he gets in. If Tyson gets inside, it's over. It's over.
I agree.
If he gets him back into a corner.
But even like I don't remember how many years ago it was, but I went to the Tyson or the Roy Jones John Ruiz fight in Vegas, and that one because that was super hyped. Like that was supposed to be
right,
and he couldn't catch him. He just could not catch Roy Jones. It was just dancing, jab, jump, out, and he's just too big, too slow. You can't. Roy Jones is ridiculous. He's so quick.
Is he still?
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen the videos of Tyson training, and it's
he's
like
a beast.
Yeah, he's still a freight train, and
it's frightening.
I haven't seen anything. Yeah, the speed that he could still move at. What is he? 50?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's
50,
still
52 or 53. Yeah.
unbelievable. The speed and power that's still in that man is just.
There's no way you wouldn't fight that guy. When we were in high school in the 80s, right? We used to watch his fights when he was 19 or whatever the hell he was. And you buy the pay-per-view, and by the time you sat down on the couch, the fight was over, right? 13 seconds, boom, knockout. Yeah. Fight's over. Come on. I didn't even get to see it. People were trying to get their money back or whatever. And back then we would talk like, oh man, I'd get in a ring for $1 million. I'd let him hit me. What do we had? He would have knocked their head off.
Right.
I'd still be sleeping if he hit me back then. It's like, oh, I'll let him hit me. I'll go down. As soon as he hits me once, I'll go down. I'll take the $1 million. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you would have never had a straight thought again for the rest of your life.
You'd still be waiting for your jaw to heal. You'd still be having shakes and applesauce for every meal.
It would still be wired shut. Open it, shut it.
Yeah, it's still not healed yet. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, because my jaw is in 37 pieces.
But that's how we used to talk, right? We were invincible when we were young. I'll get in the ring with him. I don't care. Let him pay me. Sure. Sure you will. Sure you will.
Yeah, when you kill somebody with a body shot, I mean, that's just...
No, my God. Can you imagine one shot to the kidneys? Oh, it's over.
Well, did you see Roy Jones's gut hanging over his shorts? Yeah. It's like, man, all it's going to take is one shot to the stomach, and he's going to get the wind knocked out of him. Right? And he's going to go down, and he's just best to close his eyes. Fake it. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'll be honest. I've poked myself in the ribs by accident, and I've gone down to a knee. I've gone down to a knee. Right. I got up at like an 8 count, but
oh my God, when your kids can take you down, you have no chance against either one of these.
None, absolutely none.
I know you guys know what I'm talking about. You go and like try and itch, and you hit
it
hard.
Yeah,
you're like,
I'm cramped up.
That's my thumb. That's it. It's not Tyson.
Oh my God.
Coming in.
Yeah. But what's funny is they call it an exhibition, right? So I could see them saying, "Hey, I think it's 8 2-minute rounds or something like that." And I could see, and it reminds me of Rocky against Hulk Hogan in the fight. And Rocky's like, "Hey, I'll give you a little jab. Hey, does that hurt?" And all of a sudden, Hulk Hogan picks him up, throws him in the crowd. He's like, "What the hell are you doing? This is supposed to be for charity." So I think I can see Jones doing that, saying, "Hey, let's give him a show." And then Tyson can't think that way. He knows attack mode only. Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah.
Roy Jones is going to say something about his pigeons, and Mike Tyson's just going to see just rip his head off.
That's right.
If anyone, it's good. Yeah, that's what it's going. It's going to start out with Hogan and Rocky. It's going to end
with Ivan Drago and Apollo Creed.
Yeah,
that was an exhibition too.
That's right. That's right. Killed them. Yeah. Well, they said if anyone draws blood, if it gets cut and draws blood, they're stopping the fight. So they're not going to allow. They don't want it to be, I guess, a real fight. I don't know, but if somebody gets cut right away, that'd be something. If the first shot somebody gets cut open, then what? Well, thank you. Thanks for coming. Right?
Yeah, there's going to be those little blood vessels underneath the skin. So the first hit, they have to stop it after 7 minutes or 7 seconds.
I was just watching a thing on Yahoo today about the Rocky IV, and they were talking to Dolph Lundgren, and he actually put Sylvester Stallone in the hospital with like broken ribs.
Really?
Yeah, they had to stop filming for like 3 weeks because he was in the hospital, and that's so they said. But what I thought was really interesting, I didn't realize this, was he was actually cast to play the Russian in Rambo: First Blood when Rambo gets captured and interrogated. And all. He was supposed to be the Russian that did that, and then he auditioned for Rocky IV, and they said no, he's too tall because Sylvester Stallone's too short.
He can't reach.
And then he ended up like being like, once he found out it was Rocky IV that he was auditioning for, he got like some people to get like video to Sylvester Stallone, because apparently he was like I think he said he was like a martial arts expert or something like that in Sweden, where he's from. So he got the clips to Rocky or to Sylvester Stallone, and then they took him out of Rambo and put him in as the Russian.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they cut whoever, I don't know who was going to be the Russian, but they cut him out of it and put Dolph Lundgren. I thought that was really crazy.
Wow,
that he was actually going to be the Russian in Rambo and ended up being the Russian in Rocky.
Nice.
They said they couldn't go back then. They had no CGI stuff or anything, so everything had to be like legit. So like they were, a good number of times, like if they wanted to have blood spitting out, they had to have blood in their mouth and and get punched and actually spit the blood out to make it look authentic and stuff. So they were taking some real hits, and I couldn't imagine getting hit by Dolph Lundgren or Sylvester Stallone back in those days. Could you imagine that? The size that they were?
No.
And it's crazy when you watch it now. I mean, as caught up as those guys were and defined. And I mean, so they showed the videos of him working out. Meanwhile, they were just using steroids for everything, right? Those workouts weren't one-handed push-ups and all that. But oh my God. I mean, they were so cut up. It was incredible. And you see them now. I mean, now they're paying the price for it, but he developed arrhythmia. Wow. That might be the case.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
Awesome.
I love it. But
Awesome.
I thought that was really interesting to like hear that perspective, because you never don't get to hear those types of things. It was pretty cool. So, and I guess he had like a lot of, I don't know if it was beef or not, but he was actually like kind of afraid to fight Apollo Creed, because he said he had trained with Sylvester Stallone so much, but for the scene with Apollo Creed, he didn't. So like when Apollo Creed was coming in, he thought he was like a real boxer because of the way he was like amping up and like so natural about it. And he was actually said he was kind of afraid to fight him because he thought he was a real boxer. Like that's and he's like, and then I had to kill him. So it's like, I guess it worked out.
That's
But,
too funny.
I thought that was, but at the end, he's like, yeah, I guess I had to kill him.
Carl Weathers was great as Apollo Creed. That was a great role.
Oh man.
So
Anyway, all right. I don't know, man, Justin. Huge question here. I don't know if you guys, Jim, you want to? I'd put it up, but you won't be able to read it all.
So let's see, what is it? So do you think the D line, the D coordinator, and I'm guessing the O line coach are safe? I guess we can go question by question. There's like 4 there. I would say yes, only because it's a young team. They signed a lot of free agents, and I mean, you have to give them time to gel. You know what I mean? You have to. And as much as we want to point fingers at Joe Burrow getting hurt, it's a combination of the whole offense, to be quite honest. I mean, it's not just the O-line coach. I mean, the O-line coach can only do so much with what he has. So is he safe? I would guess both are, only because the amount of turnover they had the last couple of years on that team, and they spent a lot of money in free agency on that defense too. So, I mean, you have to give them more time to gel, I think, than 16 games. At least I think so.
Yeah, I agree with you.
No, I don't think you got to worry about it.
You got to keep together and build on it. So the second question: do you think the Bengals organization failed Joe Burrow? Everyone saw the amount of hits and dropbacks he was having per game. Should the fans of Cincinnati force Zach Taylor out? I don't think so.
Nope.
Being a quarterback, that's part of what it is. I mean, that's they're trying to hit you. That's the defensive lineman's job. So the fact that he got hurt, I mean, that he could have gotten sacked 60 more times and never got hurt. It's just the way he went down, the way he got hit. Yeah, he could have got sacked once. He could have got sacked 90. It could have been on the 92nd time or the first time. It's just a fluke. It's just a fluke thing, just like Theismann and the Taylor hit. Like
Lawrence Taylor, yeah.
It's just the way it happened. It's just bad luck, but I guess it's a Cincy thing. I don't know. Cincy's kind of, Carson Palmer, Joe Burrow, you get a good quarterback in there and somehow they have to get their leg mangled and twisted and broken and torn and all sorts of ways.
Right. I mean, they could have done something different, right? I mean, if they knew he was dropping back 70 times a game and they're just bringing everybody after him, then you got to start doing some other stuff. You got to start doing some play action or screens or just handoffs or something. You have to break it up a little bit. If he is your future, you got to do everything you can to protect him. At the same time, you're doing everything you can to win the game, right? So you got to find that balance but you got to protect your main piece there. No doubt.
So Peyton Manning threw 575 times his rookie year, which led the NFL. He also got sacked 22. It happens,
right?
What I mean? It just happens.
Right.
It's what was Burrow going to sit the bench? Of course not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the fans would have been pissed off about that. So either way, I don't know.
Wow.
That's a curse.
Exactly the same spot on the field. Very similar hit. Wow.
Huh.
Hey.
It's like Redskins quarterbacks against the Giants.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Yep.
You
I mean,
jump
right.
up.
Since he has that kind of thing, just like the Jets, right? I mean, they just can't get out of their own way.
Right.
Things don't work out for one reason or another. But even when Cincy went to the Super Bowl, there wasn't it Boomer said that what was it? The running back was out partying all night, or was it one of the linemen? I forget. He talks about it during that game. He was so mad because the guy partied all night. Instead of just getting ready for the game and winning and then celebrating, the guy celebrated because he made it to Miami or wherever the hell that game was.
Wow.
And then they ended up blowing the game. I think it was this running back, and I can't remember who it is. Actually, was Anthony Munoz. Anthony Munoz was on that team, I think, too,
He was
right
a
on the
line.
line. And I think
Yeah.
I think there was something with him too that game. But anyway, right, maybe there is a curse there. Maybe it's a Cincinnati thing, and maybe they need to move out of Cincinnati just like the Jets need to move out of Giant Stadium.
Well, I read that. So this is the conspiracy for the Jets that I just read, that the Jets will not win until Joe Namath dies because he made a deal with the devil to win.
Oh my God! Come on! Until they get their own stadium, get a new name for a team, new colors.
Desperate times call for desperate
That's right. I guess.
conspiracy theories.
I guess that would be ironic, though, if when he does pass away, the next year they win.
It would be.
It's gonna have to be at least 10 years from now.
Right, right.
Yeah, he's doing
Right?
good. Now that
2030, maybe.
Justin, that's a lie. You know you won't.
Oh man.
So I can answer the
Raiders.
next question. What is going on with Joe Mixon? He came from the Big 12. What's question number 4? No.
you mean
Wow.
can you call it the Little 12?
So he's hurt, but I mean, if you look at him last year, he didn't stop playing till like week 9.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a shitty offensive line, and you know what? He just got paid.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have a good last year until the Bengals were irrelevant. So, and Justin, I know Shane and I kind of joke about that a lot, but it's kind of true.
He came out of the soft dozen.
Yeah, he sure did. I mean, God, he was running through like A&M defenders and OU defenders that can't stop anybody.
He was playing against a nice baker's dozen of rolls, just the nice soft buttery ones. He just plowed through them
with butter on it, all slippery. Oh boy!
Look at that.
Let's see him doing the doggy on the side.
Well, I'm sure you'll see it soon again with his IR status.
Yeah. He has a lot of time to dance now. So
he does. Maybe he'll be on Dancing with the Stars. Maybe he can do some commercials with Mayfield and act like he's cleaning the stadium or something. I don't know.
I do like the fact that Baker Mayfield is a better actor than he is a quarterback. That's
much better. Much better.
Yeah.
He does great those commercials on the field.
Not so much.
Those commercials are pretty good. They're
Yep.
So,
let's see.
The original.
A lot of talk about the locker room issues have come out. Some even saying it's more relaxed than a college locker room. What you thought? I mean, I guess without really knowing, I don't know if it's that way. Then maybe Zach Taylor's having some issues. But I mean, it's a young team. It's a very young team. First year coach, didn't walk into the greatest environment, anyways. So I don't know.
They got work to do there. Just as the Jets do. I mean, it's we're always at the bottom. We're always picking high. I mean, it is what it is. Just hopefully Joe Burrow could come back some point next year, healthy, back on top. You'll have another top draft pick. Hopefully, grab an offense. The offensive lineman out of Oregon. Throw him up there for some protection and just keep building. I don't know what the cap space looks like, but you need to bring in a couple of players. You're going to lose AJ Green because I can't see them paying him this year. But you draft a top offensive lineman. You maybe sign one or two, come in there, add some protection. Maybe Mixon could stay healthy. You got T. Higgins, who's an up and coming, looks really good. You got Tyler Boyd on the other side, who could be a number one without AJ Green there. So. You got some pieces. You just need a couple more things, a couple of small pieces, and I think the Bengals are back. Well, were they in it? When was the last time they were in it?
Easy with what you're going to say here. They're back. What? Back where?
can't say they're back in it, but they're
No.
in the right direction, and they're playing in a division that's just very difficult anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
you got the Steelers and Ravens you got to deal with year in and year out. That doesn't make life easy. It's no
I
different.
think we said they were going to be 3-13 or something, didn't we?
We did.
I mean, we said they were going to be right about where they
I
are.
gave them 5.
I think they're ahead of where we thought. I mean, with 1 tie and 2 wins, I think
And you
that's
know what?
probably right on course.
If Joe Burrow didn't go down, I bet they would have got to 5 wins.
Yeah.
I think I don't know who they had left, but if Burrow was playing against you guys, there's a chance they win that. They got to play the Cowboys. They got to play the Texans. They could win those games. You're not going to beat the Steelers. You're not going to beat the Dolphins, but probably not beat the Ravens. But 2 or 3 more wins.
Yeah, there's potential for 3 more wins.
If they didn't get hurt again, if he didn't get hurt against Washington early, maybe they win that game. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's going to be something like if you were talking about Cam after COVID, how you thought he was different. Now with Lamar having it, and okay, he's going to play Tuesday. Let's see what he does on Tuesday. And is he going to be running? Is he going to struggle? Is he have breathing? What happens? What are the after effects? And then how long is it taking to get past? Because I mean, you've talked about you thought Cam had kind of dealt with it for weeks afterwards, right?
Yeah.
I'll have to see what kind of effect he has, if he was really sick or if it was just one of those asymptomatic things that he dealt with. But yeah, I mean, they're sitting at 7-3 right now. If they go on a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, and they could. They're not some team that everyone's some dominant team and they're going to roll over everybody. They're not that team.
Right.
I mean, the Pats beat them, right?
Never mind.
What are we talking about?
But they got Cowboys, Browns, Jaguars, Giants, Bengals to close out.
Oh my God. Can it get any easier except for the Giants?
Except 3-win Giants?
Oh my God. So you got 6 wins combined in their last 3 games.
Right, and they're all sub 500, right?
Whew, man.
They got an easy run, the Ravens.
Yeah, the Browns are in second though. So they're sitting at 7-3. So we'll see. But yeah, a lot of easy games. Cowboys, they got 4 more wins. That should put them as a 10-win team. But like you said, if Lamar is absolutely terrible, maybe the Jaguars beat them.
Yeah.
I mean,
that would be something. That would be something.
That would be.
Oh, you would love that. That's why he's saying it.
I'm trying everywhere I can to find a win. We'll see.
Yeah.
I need it because I need.
So maybe the Jaguars will beat them, but when I say the Giants are going to beat them, I'm out of my mind. Okay. Okay.
You're figuring it out.
Because Jacksonville's better than the Giants. Okay.
Finally, you're starting to understand, Jim.
I don't get it.
John, it's taken 12 weeks, but we've done it. So thank you.
No, you haven't done anything yet.
Thank you for joining the show. This is the last episode. We have just kidding. No. But yeah, the Jaguars got the Browns, the Vikings, the Titans, the Ravens, the Bears, the Colts.
We'll so that's actually what Justin just put up there is a good question for another show to talk about. Should each division get a team in the playoffs regardless? Or should you just rank it by wins? Because I think, in seasons like this, if it wasn't the Giants in it, I would say they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have a representative in the East. But because the Giants are still in it. But I think, I think you should look at number of wins because there'll be a team in another division that's 10-6 or 11-5 or something, and they're not going to make it. And Giants could have 6 wins and make it. And that really doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but how many times has this happened?
We'd have to look. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of times where a team has a better record that doesn't make it because somebody in the other division had to get in at 7-9.
Yeah. The last one I could think of is we talked about before when Seattle won the division at 7-7 and the Saints were like 11-5 and they had to go to Seattle.
Right.
And play 7-9, right?
Or 7-9, sorry. 7-9. Yeah, they were a 7-win team. They won the division. Seattle had to go up there, and there was this huge controversy is like, why does an 11-win team have to
travel, right?
And then they ended up losing in Seattle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Win your division.
That's right.
Win your division.
Right.
You don't have to worry about it.
Somebody from the NFC East could knock be out of the playoffs because they have to travel there, and
they may be hosting a home game.
Oh my God, I can't
wait.
Well,
they will be, but
It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, I mean, that
Mhm.
really, I mean, you could look, we talked about the NFC West, like the 49ers could end up with more wins than everybody in the NFC East, and they
And not make it.
won't make the playoffs.
Mhm.
Is it fair? No, but is life fair? No. If you win your division,
Right.
you're in. I mean,
Right.
that was, yeah, I think it was probably 2010
Mhm.
for that or something, but I don't know. But I think probably at a good point to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Kinda
Well,
hitting
let's just win tomorrow at Cincy, and then we'll figure out the rest.
Well, that's what you need
That's
to do,
it.
John. So, John, what do you got? I know you were kind of teetering there on
So-
which bench you're on.
So,
What do you,
honestly, if Burrow was playing, I was picking Cincy this week.
Mhm.
okay.
I have to say the Giants, they're pulling a guy off the practice squad. Who knows? Maybe he pulls a Mullins. I don't know, but it pains me. But I am going to say the Giants, and with Gio maybe not playing. I mean, that's gonna hurt a quarterback that really hasn't had a lot of playing time. But again, there's something up with Finley not playing. I mean, he's been the backup, and now they're promoting a practice squad guy. Maybe they just don't want Finley to get destroyed out there. That's my only thinking. And unless Justin knows something, I don't know. But I'm going to go with the Giants.
Yeah, I think it's the Giants. I think you're right, but this is one of those games that Jim, like you alluded to, if the Bengals won this game, I would not be jumping up and down in
No,
surprise.
I'm not. No, I'm actually more nervous with this guy playing than I would have been with Burrow playing. Because I want to play the better. I was excited against Brady. I wanted to play Burrow and Brady, and I want to play all the best teams, all the best guys. I don't want to play Mullins and Allen. I don't want to play these guys because you don't know what you got. So all right, so Cincinnati fan says Giants win, and that's it. They want to lose. They want to lose. Okay, well that's good to know. Okay,
they need an offense.
We want to win. They want to lose. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll recap it. So I know what you're looking for, and I think what we want to see from the Giants is this a game where they can show some explosiveness and make a statement, because Washington definitely did this, on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So I think the Giants need to answer to say, hey, we're here, and you're not taking this thing without a fight type of thing. So this is a game you could do it in, but also kind of curious what this kid's got. I'm So excited to see that game and see what happens. We'll definitely recap it. I'm looking forward to see your reaction. One, if they lose, and two,
good luck finding me if that happens.
I know, right? Never be on the show again. We'll be auditioning new Giants fans.
No. I'm banking on Ingram and Slayton and Shepard and Gorman and a touchdown each for all of them. Yep.
Right. So it's the Oprah show.
Everyone gets a touchdown.
Everyone gets it. You just got to pay the taxes on that touchdown.
Hey, whatever.
Anyway, all right. So let's wrap it, guys.
Okay.
So
that's
with that, best of luck to your team. Best of luck, to the Giants. Justin, best of luck for your team losing. Got to get the alignment. So until next week, Jim's out of water, so we got to go.
I'm done.
So for Jim, for John, see you guys next week. Be safe, stay healthy. And best of luck to all of your teams. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, hit that bell. Make sure you're sticking with us every week. And we will see you guys on next week. So